This knife is gender fluid. It has absolutely no idea what it wants to be.
What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. I'm excited because today we are going to take a look at a very unique knife from CIVIVI called the Typhoeus. This is not my knife. This is from the Pass Around group. It is unlike any knife I have ever seen. But before we take a look at this knife, don't forget I've got a big giveaway going on. I will pin that to the end screen somewhere. I'm going to announce a winner for that this weekend, so there's still time to enter for that one. Also, the Blackwater Knife Co. Snook is coming soon. I've got 3 different variants. I will also pin a video about that to the end screen. I will also drop the website where you can get the Snook down in the video description. So I suggest you go to the website, subscribe to the newsletter so you know exactly when it's dropping. But today, the CIVIVI Typhoeus. So without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look. Alright, so the CIVIVI Typhoeus. This was actually first put out as a Wii knife, and it was like $300, really expensive for that knife, even the Wii configuration of this knife. So they made a CIVIVI version of it. Comes in a bit of a different box from your normal CIVIVI knives. It says adjustable folding push dagger here. On the side, we've got some information about our knife. This is the Typhoeus red and black aluminum with a Damascus blade. So let's open this bad boy up and take a look. Alright, so the CIVIVI Typhoeus. They're calling this a push dagger. They're calling this a fixed blade. And it is really neither of those things. This knife suffers from multiple personality disorder. I'm not really sure what it wants to be. It's definitely different. It's interesting. It's unlike any knife I've ever handled or seen. So the overall length on this is 6.25 inches. We've got a 2 1/4 inch blade and a 4-inch handle on this one. Our blade here is Damascus. If I'm being honest, I don't know a ton about Damascus steel. I just know that I don't particularly like it, especially from production knife companies, because it always looks really generic, you know, not very attractive, and it's always really dull. The Damascus that I find attractive is really bright and has some really cool patterning. And with all production knife companies, you get neither of those things with the Damascus. It's not particularly attractive, and it always looks really dull, in my opinion. So I don't love the Damascus on this. We've got kind of a clip point, drop point blade here. Got a great big forward finger choil here. Our handle material is aluminum. We've got T8 torque screws everywhere, all the way around, so that's nice. This one's running on phosphor bronze washers, so that's good. And this knife transforms from what they're calling a fixed blade, which is not fixed, to a push dagger. So the action on here, you can do it like that. It's not especially droppy, and I don't think you want that with this knife. So going from the open position to the push dagger position, the only way I can see to do that quickly is like that. Now, going from this push dagger position to the fully open position is a little easier, but to get to that push dagger position, it's a little bit awkward. Fit and finish is really nice. Everything is chamfered down nicely. All the edges are rounded off pretty well. So in this open position, it feels comfortable in a hammer grip or a saber grip, but that's it. A reverse grip doesn't feel good because this pokes into your hand. gas station stabby grip doesn't particularly feel comfortable because of that. Of course, you wouldn't want to use this in the gas station stabby grip because it is a push dagger. Now, I do have several problems with this knife. First of all, in this position here, in what they're calling the fixed blade position, you can really only use this in a hammer grip. And when your finger is in that forward finger choil, it's going to keep that blade from closing on you because there is no locking mechanism on this blade. So in a hammer grip, it's fine. If you get into any kind of saber grip where you're trying to do some more precise cuts, that thing wants to pivot on you, right? So in that open position, you're limited to that grip right there. Now in this configuration, the problem that I have is that there is no lock whatsoever. Now there have been a lot of reviews of this, and I have seen some guys testing it, doing some punch stabs with this knife. Now the testing they've done has been from a short distance, you know, like a 6-inch controlled punch. The problem is, let's be honest, this push dagger, we know what a push dagger is for. It's a self-defense tool. There is only one use for a knife in this configuration, and it is self-defense. Now, it's all well and good to do little 6-inch controlled punches. You're going to be fine. If you're ever in an actual self-defense situation, it's not going to be a 6-inch controlled punch. Absolutely not. It's going to be a wild, flailing something, right? It's just not going to be nearly as controlled. And the problem with this is, if you don't hit your target perfectly square, that thing's going to move on you. I don't care how hard you're squeezing it. That thing, I'm squeezing the crap out of it and barely putting any pressure on that blade, and it is pinching down on the back of my finger, on my knuckle. If you were in an actual situation, you're going to break a finger with this thing. You are 100% going to damage your hand badly, very badly. So I don't like that there's no lock in either position. I think if they could have put some sort of lock on here, I don't know how they could have done it, but I'm sure there is a way where you could lock it in this position and also lock it in that position. It would be much better. I just think it's dangerous. Now, the other thing is the sheath that it comes with. It's a leather sheath. It is only set up for right-handed carry, right, with the logo facing downward, and you've got this snap. That's the only position you can carry this, is in that push dagger position. If you are ever in a situation where you actually have to use this, you have to unsnap this, and then that is in the way of getting to this and deploying this knife. You can see that even when I'm doing it slowly, it's just hard to get a purchase on it without getting on that blade, without somehow getting into that blade. And if you're in a situation where you have to deploy this quickly, you're going to cut yourself and do more damage to yourself before some assailant or some attacker. I think a Kydex sheath would have been better, because if you did have a Kydex sheath, you would just have that right there. You could attach an ulti clip or a tech lock to it, carry it in your front pocket, and you could carry it in this position or that position with a Kydex sheath. But as it is here, the sheath design just makes absolutely no sense. For a tactical self-defense knife, you want easy access and you want to be able to deploy it quickly. And with this sheath, you have neither of those. So the sheath design is absolutely terrible. I think this knife fails badly at both. It fails at being a push dagger because you are going to damage your hand badly, very badly. You're going to break a finger if you use this, because in a real situation, it's just not going to be as controlled as stabbing a board from 6 inches away in a controlled environment. So it fails as a tactical knife, and so I don't think guys that are into tactical knives would like this. I don't think this is a good choice for those guys that are into self-defense tactical stuff. I think it fails at that. I also think it fails as a fixed blade, or what they're calling a fixed blade, and it's not fixed at all because you're very limited in how you can use it. You can hold it in a hammer grip and that's it. It doesn't work in a saber grip because that's going to happen every time. I don't care how hard you're bearing down on it. It doesn't work in a reverse grip. It doesn't work in a gas station stabby grip. So it also fails as a fixed blade. So if you're a fixed blade guy, this is not good for you either. So it fails at being a tactical knife, and it fails at being a fixed blade knife, and it fails at your carry options. So it just fails on every single level for me. I think this knife is only for those people that like knives that are weird and different somehow. And that's it. I think if you're looking for a tactical self-defense knife, you wouldn't be happy with this. I think if you're looking for a fixed blade, you're not going to be happy with this either. Look, just make a push dagger, a regular locked push dagger. That would have been just fine. Or I think just this as an actual little pocket fixed blade would have been pretty cool too. One or the other, but this is trying to be both, and it fails at both. I think this is a fidget toy, a dangerous fidget toy, because just the way it's designed, it's very easy to get your finger into that blade. You can see I'm just kind of messing with it in a controlled situation, and I'm really having to be very careful about where my finger goes because you can very easily get up onto this blade. It's a fidget toy, a poor fidget toy, and it's for somebody that just likes weird knives. But if you're going to carry this knife for whatever reason to use it as a little pocket fixed blade, you're going to be disappointed. If you're going to carry this knife as a self-defense tool, you might feel really cool and really safe while you're carrying it, but if you ever get attacked by a spider monkey and you ever actually have to use it, you're going to hurt yourself more than that freaking spider monkey. So guys, I cannot recommend this one.
Is it cool? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of neato. It's kind of wow. It's pretty cool.
But look, this is a toy, in my opinion, and it's an overpriced and dangerous toy. But as a knife, it fails on every level, and I cannot recommend it at all. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the CIVIVI Typhoeus. It is a convertible transforming push dagger fixed blade from CIVIVI that I really kind of hate. This is not my knife. I would never buy this knife, and I would never recommend that anybody buy this knife, but I just wanted to share that with you today. Don't forget, I've got the giveaway going on. Don't forget the Blackwater Knife Company Snook is dropping soon. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the CIVIVI Typhoeus. Do you agree with the things I've said, or do you completely disagree? And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.